Oh, welcome back. The 2016 election can be confusing and often infuriating, and explaining it to your children can be so tough since you're not supposed to use swears in front of them. Now, fortunately for us, comedian and actor and writer Michael Ian Black has written his latest book. It's a children's book, a child's first book of Trump. It's coming out next week, July 5th. And Michael stopped by earlier so I could talk with him.
Do you like Donald Trump?
In what sense?
Are you entertained by him?
Sure.
Okay. Would you ever vote for him?
Never.
Is this an anti-Trump book?
Yes.
Okay. Did you write it because you had a hard time explaining to your own children?
I wrote it because I was at a bookstore and I saw one of those picture books for kids that was about Hillary Rodham Clinton, and it was like an inspirational tale of Hillary Rodham Clinton. Yeah. I didn't read the book.
No, but you were so inspired by you love Hillary.
Oh, did I come to your show to be mocked? That's the question. Yes. Did I show up to be mocked? Yes, I did. The answer is correct, yes. And I thought to myself upon seeing this book, how funny would it be to try to write an inspirational book about Donald Trump? Yeah. Because he's not inspirational in any way, shape, or form. So I sat down to write it, found it impossible. So instead, wrote a field guide to what you would do if you were to see a wild Trump.
I would like for you to take 2 pages that I have marked in this book and read them in your words, in your voice, if you will.
The beastie is called an American Trump. Its skin is bright orange. Its figure is plump. Its fur so complex you might get enveloped. Its hands are sadly underdeveloped.
That is the one thing we have to thank Graydon Carter for, the editor-in-chief of Vanity Fair magazine, because he's the one who came up with the term short-fingered vulgarian,
I know,
which has driven Donald Trump crazy
which
for decades.
Which is the only reason it's funny. I mean, there's nothing, if you look at the guy, he's got normal-sized hands. Yeah. But the fact that it makes him so incensed is what keeps it alive.
And he talks so much about how great his hands are.
Yes.
Yeah.
People often come up to him, he says, to compliment his hands, as beautiful. People do.
They
come up to you. How many times have people come up to you and complimented your hands? Yeah, well,
I mean, a few times.
They're a little veiny. It thrives in the most contentious conditions and excretes the most appalling emissions.
Oh, look at that.
So it's very clever.
Who illustrated it?
A wonderful artist named Mark Rosenthal of The New Yorker magazine, which I know you don't read here at Fox News because it's just liberal propaganda.
As most of those publications are.
I know. I know. As all reading is.
When's the last time you read either Reason Magazine or National Review?
Well, I certainly looked at the cover, the anti-Trump cover for the National Review, and I've never cracked an issue of Reason. I've never even seen an issue of Reason.
Well, how dare you?
Well, the only times I see Reason is when I'm tuned into your show or various other Fox News programs, and then somebody from Reason is on. Yeah. But I never think to myself, oh, I should go pick up an issue of Reason.
You should pick up an issue of Reason. And then, will you ever write a book like that that pokes fun at your goddess, Hillary Rodham Clinton?
She's not my goddess. I think she's a flawed but acceptable candidate. Well, who are you voting for? Are you Gary Johnson? Is that your thing? I'm Gary Johnson. I'm gonna issue a protest vote. Is that you?
Your vote doesn't count. It doesn't matter. It will never matter. Your single vote will never decide an election.
Well, nor will yours.
There's
where
no
do you
such
vote?
thing as a protest vote.
Do you vote New York?
I'm not talking about where I vote.
Well, you either vote New York or California, so
really?
wherever you vote doesn't
Maybe
matter.
I vote in Indiana, the place of my birth. Maybe I've got a yurt there that I share with my family. Michael Ian Black, I want to thank you for being here for a number of reasons. I was deeply entertained by your book and the writing, and I'm going to read it to my children and let them decide, because I am a fair and balanced parent. I am not. My children are not allowed to vote for Trump. Okay, very good. They're also not 18.
Whatever. Democrats, we commit voter fraud, so believe me, they're going to be voting.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.